Hey guys, this is Jason from Overhype Studios, and today we are gonna show you the world map of Battle Brothers. For the first time ever we are showing it in a video, and we are really proud of what we've come up with. We took the last couple of weeks to rework all the tiles and all the way the tiles are put together to make the world map look much more natural and give it a way better appearance. So let's generate a new campaign. In this video I'm just going to talk about world map, and so I won't show you any actual gameplay footage. But nevertheless we still want to show you all the elements of the world map. What you can see here is that this green circle is around the player party. It's the range of vision. All objects and parties that enter this range of vision will be revealed. And on the other hand, everything outside will be hidden. This is just for development purposes. It won't look like this in the final game, of course. So let's take a look around the map. It's hex based, as you can see here. These are hexes. So if we pan over here, we can see some rocks, some hills, some pine trees. In the south we have swamps, swampy areas. If we head up north, we have a really cold climate area with the snowstorms, and over here there are some badlands that are not inhabited by any humans. So let's pan back to our little village over here. And I'm gonna cheat a little and reveal all the factions on the map. Just gonna pause the game again. Let's zoom out a little. And what you can see is that there are various factions on the world map. There are these white factions. Those are basically the humans. And we have the green, that are the orcs. These texts are gonna get changed for the final version, so these are just placeholders. They do not look very nice. We have the orange faction, that are the monsters. You have a pack of werewolves over here. And then we have the undead, over here. They are pink for now, but that will change later on. As you can see here, the parties are moving around on the map. Just gonna pause it for a second. And all these factions, they are, as you can see, distributed around the map. And they each have their own agenda to fulfill. So the thing what we were going for is like a simulated economy. The world map is procedurally generated, and so it was out of the question to script any behaviors or to script any events. So we have to come up with a fully dynamic simulation of the world. And I'm gonna start with the small villages. You can see they have resources. It's called R, and they use these resources to send trading caravans to the next village. As you can see here, this trading caravan is trading with Segeland. This should be down the road over here somewhere. Here it is, and they're sending a trading caravan back. And these trading caravans, when they are reaching the destination, they produce additional resources for both villages. So a trade is actually very beneficial to the villages, and they increase their wealth. Of course, these resources they are carrying are very valuable, and so the human faction also has castles and towers. Let's look around for a tower. There's a watchtower over here, Hamley's Watch, and these use their resources to spawn patrols and parties that try to protect the caravans from raiders or anyone else. So these two factions, it's basically a human military faction and a human civilian faction, work together to increase their resources. The other factions, like the orcs or the undead, we are working on bandits, by the way, they will be our next faction, have the agenda to raid these resources, and they will use everything they have to do that. For example, here is a little base camp of the orcs. It's not near to any road, because the orcs are usually, they like to hide out in the wilderness. These use the resources not to trade peacefully, but to send out scouts and raiding parties to scout for valuable resources somewhere. As you can see, these orcs are on the way down to this road, and this orc party here, these are scouts. They are scouting Bogenheim, that's this city. So they are moving here and taking a look how many resources they have and if it's a worthy target to raid. Then we have here orc raiders. These are another kind of orc party, and they are preparing an ambush. As you can see, they're probably gonna move down here. Maybe I'm just gonna unpause the game for a second there. And what they usually do is they hide in the forest, and this is not the actual area of view, but forests and hills and mountains will obstruct the view. So a caravan coming by, and with the orcs sitting in the brushes, they won't be seen, so they then jump out and attack the caravan. Usually they will lie and wait for a while close to the road, and if nothing comes by, they could be on the way and looking for other caravans they can loot. As you can see, this area is really swarming with the orcs, and there will be some caravan moving through here pretty soon, I think that one, and it's gonna get attacked for sure. What's happening next is that the caravan will be plundered by the orcs. The orcs kill everyone who's with the caravan, and then they move their resources they have plundered back to the hideout, and thus increasing the resource count. And as they do that, they can use the resource to spawn a new, here you can see these orcs. Oh, by the way, it's turning night. I'm just gonna pause the game a second. We have daytime. This is a day and night, so it's turning night. And during the night, of course, movement is slower of the parties, and the vision range is also decreased, but not for all parties. Many undead don't have penalties at night. So let's see what happens here. Here's the unaware caravan. This is, by the way, I have to remind you, this is all dynamically generated. Nothing of this is scripted. All these are using their own AI to do what they are doing. Now the orcs are moving in to raid the caravan. That was a quick fight. Now they pillaged the resources. It says returning home. This is for development purposes, though you won't see this in the final game. Now they are moving with their booty. It's turning morning, and they will return to the home, and then they will head out again and try to plunder another caravan. What they also do is if they are powerful enough, they will attack villages. Villages can also get attacked and then destroyed. So you as the player have to be very aware of that. So he's moving back and he's despawning, adding his resources to the resource pool, and now Rubrock, that's the name of this hideout, is using the resources to spawn another party of orcs. And there you have it. That's our dynamic system. I can just tell you a little bit more about it. We just gonna pause the game for a second there. The dynamic system works this way, that the orcs are plundering basically, but the undead, of course, are more looking for other goals, and the bandits have their own agenda as well. Also, these factions can have different kinds of locations. You can have spawn points that are actively spawning new parties, and you have locations. This abandoned graveyard, for example. Let's have a look. This abandoned graveyard will not spawn any undead parties, but when you attack it, when you move to it, then you have to fight the undead who are stationed here. And if you kill them all in a tactical combat, then you will get loot, and the location is destroyed. Also, you can, of course, destroy the spawn points. If you destroy this location, no more orcs will come from here, of course. And that's the way how you impact this economy. This economy is completely autonomous. It's working without the player ever doing anything. So what you can do as a player is, if you head out and destroy one of the powerful hideouts like this one, that there's a lot of resources, then the whole area will be much more safer, there will be much more trade, and the cities will prosper, giving you a better place to restock. On the other hand, if all the villages get overrun by orcs or any other faction for that matter, you will have a hard time finding supplies somewhere. This will bring us to the next point, the resource system for the player, for you. What you see in the... I'm just gonna pause the game for a second there. What you can see in the upper left corner, you have crowns, that's your money. And then we have provisions. This is how much food you are needing to provide for your troops, because they have to eat. Then we have armor parts. They are used to repair armor that is damaged in tactical combat. Then we have ammunition that's used to restock any bows, bolts and javelins that you use. And then we have medicinal supplies. They are used to treat wounds and refill your life points after combat. So that's the resources you are using, and of course you have to refill them. They are used up at different rates. For example, the rations. If you're moving through difficult terrain like a swamp or forest or snow, you will use more provisions per day than moving like along a road that's very fast and very easy to traverse. So that's how you're moving around. You can see that it significantly speeds up when it's moving on the road tile, and in the mountains it's going to get really slow, and there are even impassable mountains like these big ones that you cannot really traverse those. So let's have a look at what you can do as a player if you enter a village. So let's go here. So when entering the village, you can see this village screen. This is pretty much a placeholder for now, but I just want to quickly show you the basic functions. Here you can hire some new mercs, read the background stories, which are, by the way, procedurally generated. So no two will have the same background story. Also, these characters, the faces and everything is procedurally generated. We have more than 86,000 different combinations of faces and hairstyles, so it's very hard to run into the same guy twice. Let's hire these guys. And then, of course, you have a shop where you can buy some items. Let's buy some stuff over here. And, of course, you have to keep an eye on your money. We call them crowns, by the way, so you don't run out of them. And that's the core functions of what you do in the village. And another function that we're working on, it's not yet done, is a contract system, as you can see in the corner. Over here, it's these contracts will be mercenary contracts. So let's take the example from earlier. As you remember, this caravan has been attacked and raided over here. And the town the caravan came from was Isenhagen. And usually now Isenhagen will offer a contract to you as a mercenary to protect the caravans. So if you fulfill the contract and the caravan reaches its destination unharmed, then you will have fulfilled the contract and get a reward in the form of crowns or whatever. We have a lot of different contracts prepared, like scouting an area, killing a special enemy, guarding an area, a lot of authentic mercenary contracts that you can grab on your way through a village and then fulfill. Of course, the thing is with the contracts, they are also generated from within the world. So you won't find any quest givers that are there just to give you something to do. If a caravan gets raided, then the village will issue a contract for protection and so on. So it's these contracts are never there without a cause. There's always a reason for the contract to be issued, and that's very important to us to make the world believable and make it as immersive as possible. As you can hear, these undeads are scouting moving, and they see how powerful it is, and then they will head back. And if their location, where they're coming from a ruined tomb, if it's powerful enough, they will spawn a raiding party, and then they will try to attack and raid the city. that can get very nasty. There you have it. It's basically what we are working on right now, and I think it's pretty great so far. And what I will want to show you is that the world is completely procedural generated. So if you have a look around, you can see the world like this. And now I'm gonna generate a new map, and you can see that the whole map and like your starting position and basically everything looks completely different. It's completely procedurally generated. All the locations are in other places, they have other names, it's a complete different road layout. Only thing that's similar is that you have snow in the north and a swamp in the southeast, and more pine trees in the north. So that's basically all that stays the same, but we want every playthrough and every game to be as unique as possible. So when people are jumping into another game, they will have a completely different world to live and to play in. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you like what you see, and you can expect a lot more to come, like a contract system and so on. And next time maybe we can present some really full gameplay with some tactical combats in combination with the world map, so that you can see what the finished game will look like. Thanks a lot. Cheers.